Welcome all of you to the chemistry online classes. We are discussing about the particle nature as well as wave nature of the electromagnetic radiation. And already you know that the dual character of the electromagnetic radiation, that is the electromagnetic radiation and the light both behaves like a wave as well as a particle. The phenomenon like interference, diffraction, the waves, that is the electromagnetic wave behave like a wave nature only. The wave nature character is it is given by the electromagnetic radiation during the process of the interference and diffraction, whereas the particle nature of the light or electromagnetic radiation is observed in case of the black body radiation photoelectric effect. Okay. So, this is the evidence that the electromagnetic radiation behave, it has the dual character, it can behave like a wave as well as even it can behave like a light. Okay, I hope so that concept is clear for you people. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಲೈಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ರೀ, ವೇವ್ ಗತೆನೂ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ, ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಗತೆನೂ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ. ವೇವ್ ಗತೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಸ್ ಯಾವ್ರಿ, ಡೈಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಂಟರ್ಫಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಎದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತ್ರಿ, ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬಾಡಿ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಫೋಟೋಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ effect that we have discussed. And two more problems I have selected here, and later we will go for the spectrum concept. So, let us go for this problem. A 100-watt bulb emits a monochromatic light of wavelength 400 nanometer. They have given that 100-watt bulb and it will going to emit a monochromatic light which is having the wavelength 400 nanometer, and we need to calculate, that is calculate the number of the photon emitted per second by the bulb. So, one bulb ಐತಿ, ಬಲ್ಬ್ ಪವರ್ ಎಷ್ಟೈತ್ರಿ 100 ವ್ಯಾಟ್ ಐತಿ, ಅದು ಒಂದು ಮೊನೋಕ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಲೈಟನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಕೈತಿ. ಆ ಮೊನೋಕ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಲೈಟದ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ ಎಷ್ಟೈತ್ರಿ 400 ನ್ಯಾನೋಮೀಟರ್. ಸೊ, ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೋಟಾನ್ಸ್ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಆಗಕತ್ತವು ಪರ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡಿಗೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೋಟಾನ್ಸ್ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಆಗತ್ತವ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ, ಗಿವನ್ ಏನೇನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ದ 100 watt is nothing but power of the bulb. Power is 100 watt, even it can be represented in terms of the joules per second. And then what they have given, lambda is 400 nanometer, that I will convert in terms of the 10 to the power minus 9 meter. So, we need to calculate the number of the photons emitted per second. So, let us consider the energy first, because energy and power are both are interrelated with each other. So, energy, we know that energy E is equals to h nu, but frequency is not given directly here. So, convert this frequency in terms of the C by lambda, h into C by lambda. H is 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 into C value is 3 into 10 to the power 8, and then you can substitute the value of the lambda. So, you are 10 to the power minus 9. So, if you simplify this, the value of the E will be at around 4.969 into 10 to the power minus 19 joules. If you calculate this one, you are going to get the value of the energy like this. Now, we have the interrelationship, that is power is equals to N into h nu. Power is equals to N into h nu. H nu is nothing but energy. Am I correct? Am I correct? H nu is nothing but energy. So, here N is the number of photons, and then power already they have given. What we need to calculate here? We need to find out the number of photons, that is N, and then separate out the N, you are going to get the power divided by h nu. Power divided by h nu. Therefore, N is equals to, power value is 100 here, 100 joules per second, and then h nu value we have already calculated, okay, 4.969 969 into 10 to the power minus 19 is the h nu value. So, if you simplify this one, joules get cancelled, answer will be in terms of the per second, that is number of the photons, that is 2.012 into 10 to the power 20 per second. Okay. Simple. They have given the power of the bulb, that is 100-watt bulb, and then it emits a monochromatic light which is having the wavelength lambda, that is 400 nanometer. We need to calculate the number of the photons emitted per second. So, number of the photon anna directly calculate madak barudilla. Avaru ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರೆ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಪವರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಪವರ್ಗೂ ಈ ಎನರ್ಜಿಗೂ ಏನು ಇಂಟರ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಐತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಪವರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿವ್ರಿ, ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿವಿ. ಸೊ ಏನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿವಿ ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ energy. Energy is equals to h nu. Nu is not given directly, so that I have converted in terms of the C by lambda and I have substituted the values and I have simplified. I got the answer, this one, that is energy. So now I need to they have not asked you to calculate the energy, they have asked you to calculate the number of photons. So what is the interrelationship between power and energy? Power is equals to n into h nu. H nu is nothing but energy, already we have calculated. We need to calculate number of photons, that separate out the term n here. So you are going to power divided by h nu. The value of the power is 100 joules per second, and then h nu we have calculated already. Substitute the values and simplify it. You are going to get the answer 2.012 into 10 to the power 20 per second. Clear? So this is how we can able to calculate the number of the photons. So let us go for the one more problem. Here the threshold frequency nu naught for a metal is 7.0 into 10 to the power 14 per second. Calculate the kinetic energy of an electron emitted when the radiation of the frequency nu is 1.0 into 10 to the power 15 per second hits a metal. So they have asked you kinetic energy, we need to calculate it, and they have given the threshold frequency and they have given the frequency also. So what they have given? Nu naught 7.0 into 10 to the power 14 per second, and this is the frequency of radiation, that is nu 1.0 into 10 to the power 15 per second. So what we need to calculate it? We need to calculate kinetic energy. Okay. So let us start. We have already known that E is equals to E naught plus K. Yes or no? We know that from the photoelectric effect, and E is equals to h nu and E naught is equals to h nu naught plus K. We have to find out the value of the K. We need to find out the value of the kinetic energy K. So separate out the term h nu minus h nu naught, and h is common in both the cases. Separate it out. Am I correct? I need to calculate the energy. So kinetic energy term I have separated out, and whatever the terms remained, that I have did here. So let us substitute the value here, 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34, and then into bracket here new value 1.0 into 10 to the power 15. That what I will do, 10 into 10 to the power 14 minus nu naught 7 into 10 to the power 14. Both the units I have made same. Here 10 to the power 15 is there, here 10 to the power 14 is there. So I made this 10 because nu naught minus nu is there. So 10 minus 7 is easy for the calculation. So instead of taking 1.0, I have converted that into 10 into 10 to the power 14. So substitute the value in both the cases. 10 to the power 14 is common, you can separate it out, or else directly you can take 10 minus 7 is 3, that is 3 into 10 to the power 14. This bracket value is 3 into 10 to the power 14 and multiply that 3 to this one. So, you are going to get the answer at around So, you are going to get the answer at around 1.9 into 10 to the power minus 19 joules. Simple. They have given the threshold frequency, the minimum frequency required to eject the electron to process the photoelectric effect, that they have given nu naught value, and they asked you to calculate the kinetic energy, and even they have mentioned the frequency, that is nu value also they have given. Nu naught is given, nu is given, we need to calculate kinetic energy. We have the relationship that K is equals to, that is K is nothing but kinetic energy. The kinetic energy is equals to h nu minus h nu naught, and in both the cases h is common, separate it out, and then h into bracket nu minus nu naught. And now you can substitute all the values. Already we know that h value, that is Planck's constant, 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 14, and I have converted this one in terms of the 10 to the power 14 for making the calculation simpler, that is simplified form, and if you calculate this one, you are going to get an answer of 1.9 into 10 to the power minus 19 joules. Okay, I hope so. Both the problems are clear for you people. So, simply first you write down whatever given and what they have asked, and go on choosing the correct formula, substitute the value and calculate, and lastly write your answer along with the unit. Clear? I hope so it is clear. So, let us go for the important bit of the topic regarding some terms. Here, the evidence for the quantized electronic energy levels, atomic spectra. So, here different terms you want to study. So, what is first point here? The speed of the light depends upon the media where it is passing. Any media, any light is passing, suppose two medias are there, light is passing from one media to another media, the speed of light depends upon the media. That is why the light deviates from its original path when it transfer or when it pass from one media to another media. Might be already you studied this in case of the physics, when the light or any, when it changes the media, it's started deviating from its original what we can say passing, that is original position to it will going to pass. For example, there is a one media, two medias are there, suppose light rays passing here, it is one media, when it enters to another media, it will going to deviate from its original path. Actually it should pass like this only, but it deviates, and the speed of this light depends upon the media. So, this is the first point. Okay. And then when a white light is passed through a prism, when a white light is passed through a prism, it spreads out. It spreads out into a series of the colored bands. It spreads into a series of the colored bands. This is what we called as spectrum. What is spectrum? Spectrum is nothing but it is a pattern. It is a pattern where a series of the colored bands are observed. When those are observed? When a white light is passed through a prism, or even we can say that it is a pattern of the it is a pattern consisting of the series of colored bands when the white light is dispersed through the prism. So, simple, when a white light is passes through a prism, so it will spread out, into a series of the colored bands. This is what we called as spectrum. Okay. In the visible spectrum, already you know that there is a colors are, it means violet, Vibgyor, already you know it. The arrangement of the colors. Okay. Here the longest wavelength, red is having the it is arranged in the increasing order of their wavelength. Okay, red color is the longest wave, but it is less deviated. It is less deviated from its original path, whereas the violet is having the shortest, wavelength, and it is the most deviated. It is the most deviated. So, this is the few of the ideas that we are giving here. First point is regarding the speed of the light depends upon the media. Which media is there, that depends upon the speed of the light depends upon that media, and then because of that only the light changes its path, or it deviates its original path when it transfer or when it pass from one media to another media. And then whenever a white light is passed through a prism, it will going to spread out into a series of the colored bands, that is what we called as a spectrum. And in the visible spectrum, violet is the having the shortest wavelength, but it is most deviated, whereas red is having the longest wavelength, it is least deviated. So, this is how we are going to explain you few more terms like atomic spectra, continuous spectra, and then emission spectra, absorption spectra. See here one more term, this is a spectrum which is observed when a white light is passed through a prism, a series of the bands observed, this is also called as continuous spectra, because here continuously one color is, it is what we can say, it is merged with another color, it will going to merge with another color, there is a continuous spectrum is observed, that is why this is called as continuous spectrum. Even you can observe the rainbow formation, it is also a continuous spectrum. Like this few more spectrum we are going to discuss. So, let us discuss few more terms here. So, continuous spectrum, as I was explaining you regarding the continuous spectrum. So, here what happens, the spectrum having the different colors of the bands merge or blend with neighboring color without any distinct boundary. Okay. For example, sunlight is passed through a prism. Just to imagine that this is the sunlight which is passing through a prism. So, you are going to get the 7 colors. So, if you observe these 7 colors, the spectrum will be like this, the arrangement of the colors will be like this. This is nothing but the spectrum. Here, this VIBGYOR, what we can say, violet color, violet, indigo, blue, like these colors are merging with each other. These colors are merging with each other without any distinct boundary, without any boundaries, these are merging with each other, that such a spectrum is called as continuous spectrum. So, what is the definition? The spectrum having different color bands, which are merge or blend with neighboring color. It means the next color without any distinct boundaries, these are merging with each other. An example here, sunlight is passed through a prism and rainbow formation, all these are the example for the continuous spectrum. If you just observe the rainbow, the colors are merging, that is what we called as continuous spectrum. So, next. So, what happens during the formation of the interaction between the matter and electromagnetic radiation? So, here that is what we want to discuss, electromagnetic radiation and matter interaction. So, whenever the atoms or molecules are treated with the radiation, those gets the energy, they enter to the higher energy level. The atoms or molecules, when they gains the energy, when they get the energy, those are said to be excited state. That is what we can say, excited. When they got the energy, when they interact with the electromagnetic radiation, they will going to be gain the energy and they become excited. and that excited energy level is always having the higher energy. So, higher energy, simply atom and molecule was there. When the electromagnetic radiation interacting with it means what happens? These atoms gets excited because they got the energy and their energy level is increased, or we can say excited, but it is unstable. It wants again to conform its original state, that is normal state or ground state we can say. While coming back from excited state to normal state, they emit the energy, in the form of the that is colors are observed on the electromagnetic spectrum. They emit the energy which they have absorbed. Those only appear like colors on the electromagnetic radiation. Are you getting my point? So, when the matter is interacting with any radiation, the atoms or molecules, those becomes, they gain the energy and they become excited, but excited level is unstable. So, molecule always wants to come for its normal energy level. So, while coming from excited to normal energy level, they emit the energy which they have absorbed, and that emitted energy will going to form the colors on the electromagnetic radiation. I hope so it is clear. So, this is regarding the continuous spectrum. So, let us go for the emission spectrum. Emission, it means emitting. So, how it is formed? The spectrum of radiation emitted by the substance. How it is formed? This is the spectrum of radiation emitted by the substance that has absorbed the energy. First, any system, it absorbs the energy, then it emits the radiation. Then whatever the spectrum we are getting from the emitted radiation, that is what we called as emission spectrum. Okay, see here the definition meaning the spectrum of the radiation. It is the spectrum of the radiation emitted by the substance. It is given out by the substance which is already absorbed the energy. That is what we called as emission spectrum. And here atoms or molecules, here they must absorb the energy, yes or no? Absorb the energy, the substance should absorb the energy, and here atoms or molecules which absorb the radiation are excited. Already I said you, when they absorbs the radiation, they are going to be get the excited state or excited energy level, and in order to get the emission spectrum we have to supply the energy, because the energy should be absorbed by the system first. The energy should be absorbed by the system first, then only it can able to emit, then we will get the spectrum. That the spectrum is nothing but emission spectrum. And here the energy must be supplied to the sample by heating it or by irradiating it. Whether we have to heat it to give the energy, whether we have to heat it or irradiate it, you are going to get the emission spectrum. So, this is regarding the emission spectrum. So, let us go for one more thing, that is absorption spectrum. Emission is over, now absorption spectrum, absorbing. Okay. So, what is spectrum, how it is formed? See here, when a light of all possible wavelengths passed through a system, suppose a system is there, a light of all possible wavelengths are passed through it. So, what happened? Certain wavelengths are absorbed and certain wavelengths are transmitted. Okay, certain, that only. Some of them are absorbed and some of them are transmitted. Now, whatever transmitted, when that transmitted light is subjected to the dispersion, when that transmitted light is subjected to the dispersion is nothing but passing through a prism, it will going to get spread out. Okay, when it is subjected to a dispersion, we get the pattern. That what is the pattern we are getting is called as absorption spectrum. See here, first of all, here in this emission, it is gained by the emission spectrum, means first the system should absorb the energy, then it should emit. That spectrum is called as emission spectrum. Here absorption spectrum means certain radiation of all the wavelength, possible wavelengths are passed through it, some are absorbed, some are transmitted, and that transmitted light is again passed through a prism. When it is what we can say when it is subjected to a dispersion, then we get the pattern. That pattern is called as absorption spectrum. So, there is a one special branch in chemistry, that is spectroscopy. The spectroscopy is the field of science, or it is the branch of the science also, branch of the chemistry also you can say, or field of the science which deals with the study of this emission or absorption spectrum. Spectroscopy, it has a huge application. It has a huge application. In your higher studies, you will going to study regarding the spectroscopy during your PG level or during your UG level, that is degree or PG level, you are going to study regarding the spectroscopy. And here just you need to know the definition. What is spectroscopy? It is the field of the science, or it is the branch of the chemistry which deals with the study of the emission or absorption spectrum. Okay. And the last one is line spectra, or it is also called as atomic spectra. Last one is line spectra or emission spectra. So, whenever like hydrogen gas or sodium vapor or potassium, those are heated. When those are heated, they are going to emit the radiation of particular wavelength. They are going to emit the radiation, and when these emitted radiations are subjected to dispersion, when these emitted radiations are subjected to dispersion, a pattern obtained. A pattern obtained, that pattern consisting of the distinct bright lines, the pattern consisting of the distinct bright lines. Such a spectrum is called as line spectrum or atomic spectra. Are you getting? So, one sodium ಅಥವಾ potassium ಅನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ hydrogen gas ಅನ್ನ high temperature ಒಳಗೆ heat ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ they are going to emit certain wavelength radiation, and those radiations which are emitted are subjected to dispersion. There is a one pattern obtained, and that pattern consisting of the distinct bright lines. Such a spectrum is called as line spectrum, and this line emission spectra has its own application. It helps to find out the electronic structure. And then spectroscopy has a huge application also. We have find out the metals, we have find out the certain elements like rubidium, cesium, titanium, gallium, scandium by the spectroscopic method only. When these minerals of these elements were passed through a radiation, we are going to detect these elements with the help of the spectroscopic method. Even the helium which is present in the sun, that is also detected by the spectroscopic method. So, this is how the spectrum has a huge application, and each term in the spectra is very what we can say important, like what is continuous spectrum, what is a line spectrum, what is emission spectrum, what is absorption spectrum. All are some important terms in the spectroscopy, and in our next class we will study about the line spectrum of the hydrogen. So, until that, write whatever the definitions are written on the board, because some of the definitions I have referred from other book which are useful for your study rather than just observing your NCERT. Some other books I have referred, and it is, I hope it is helpful for you people. Just note down the points whichever written on the board and keep watching the video. If you have any doubts, you can contact me. Thank you.